My wife and I laugh. We've been going to Applebee's since we were 17. I mean, I was stealing my dad's credit card and taking Lainey there in high school.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Fresh off the main stage at our iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas, of course, dancing his way into your hearts every day, Walker Hayes is with us. Hi, Walker.
I love that. Dancing my way into your hearts. Thanks for saying that. Come on.
I know. It's kind of sassy and cheap sounding, but I thought you're right.
I think it's perfect. I love it.
Well, it's so great to have you here. And I know that, God, of course, everyone knows the song Fancy Like Now. And you go back to where I think the beginning of your career was back in like 2017 with you broke up with me and that kind of time. And to see where you are now, I mean, do you have strangers doing the, oh my God, do the dance? And you're like, do I have to now?
Yeah. A lot of, and I love that. I love, kids in meet and greets, they come up and they're like, will you do the TikTok with me? And if it's not a, super long line, dude, I'll pop it off. I love it. I'm half the choreographer. So that's cool. That's awesome. And it's an honor, it's fascinating to me. I mean, I can't say enough about it. It just truly it's fascinating to me that in the world we live in, a dad and a daughter can just pop off a dance on a Sunday, afternoon. And then months later, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I walk into a coffee shop and there's a family there, and they're doing the dance. They don't even know it's me, but they're doing the dance in the coffee shop. And then their mom is like, hey, that's actually him, right there. And I don't know. It's just, I'm not accustomed to that. Like, as you just described, look, I've had one half of a hit with You Broke Up With Me, which was cool. And it didn't have a dance. Maybe if it had a dance, it would have been a bigger hit. But I mean, we're just living in this like really surreal phenomenon hit land. I mean, I honestly, I'm in a realm or a place where I have so many friends in the music biz that are way more talented than me, but they've never experienced this size of a song. It's crazy to me, okay, honestly.
Look, we do the iHeartRadio Music Festival every single year, so we can gauge the connectivity between an artist and their fans. And I tell you, you really had that arena rocking. They really liked you a lot. You really did a great job for us, and so we thank you for that. So how many years ago were you working at Costco and raising your family, who we love watching, by the way, when you post videos? How many years ago was it Costco days to Walker Hayes is doing the iHeartRadio Music Festival days? I mean, look what happened. I mean, this is pretty amazing. What a story.
It is. It's the most amazing story. I mean, Lainey and I moved to Nashville 17 years ago, and it came to working at Costco about 6 years ago. So I was signed by Shane McAnally. I met him in a Smoothie King. He's a huge, great producer, great songwriter. We met in line at Smoothie King. And about after knowing him for about a year, I could quit Costco. And then we had You Broke Up With Me. And then here we are 6 years later. And again, it's just fascinating, walking out on that stage. I don't know if, I mean, my wife could tell, but I'm not sure if everyone could tell. But I mean, it was surreal, walking out, that many people walking around backstage among some hero, passing Nelly backstage. Are you kidding me? Dua Lipa was like on stage in front of me. My kids are at home, they're watching Dua Lipa and they're like, oh yeah, dad's gonna be on in a second, and then when I did, I walked out and there's a giant Oreo Shake on the screen. I mean, I've never seen a TV that big. It was like it was so it just was a blur, man, singing Fancy Like and just looking at the faces of the people in that crowd and how massive, the song is transcending genre. I mean, my wife was saying she's trying to find it on all like stations at the same time, like she that'd be so cool, like to hear it on both country stations in Nashville and the pop and the AC. I mean,
that's
guys,
what you're doing.
We can't really soak it all in. Imagine it's going to take me a while to really process what's going on. Now I'm just like, what do you do next? I mean, I have no idea. every time we write, I'm like, man, I don't know. We wrote about Applebees. What does the world want to hear next? I don't understand.
Well, Walker, I tell you, I don't know if you remember this during your sound check in Las Vegas. Danielle here actually busted your sound. Do you remember tell her what you did?
I got my fancy like shirt on right now.
Oh, nice.
I had to because I wanted to see you, and I had been bothering Froggy's wife all weekend, every single moment. From the minute we would wake up, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd go, "Hey, Lisa, fancy like Applebees." She's like, "Really? Can you just stop?" And then before we go to bed at night, I would do it. So I was obsessed with it. So I said, "Oh my gosh, he's actually sound checking right now." It was the coolest thing. But I want to know, you talk about all these people like Nelly and they're all so great, whatever. You single-handedly brought back the Oreo Shake all by yourself. So think about that one. That's
pretty
insane.
Heavy. It's pretty heavy.
It's pretty cool. My wife and I laugh. Look, we've been going to Applebee's since we were 17. I mean, I was stealing my dad's credit card and taking Lainey there in high school. And I ate a Bourbon Street steak and Oreo Shake. Like, I'm a creature of habit. I get the same thing at Taco Bell as 2 quesadillas and 2 Doritos Locos every single time of my life. Like, I am such a creature of habit. And it's funny. The Oreo Shake left the menu for a minute, and that wasn't my intention. Everybody's always like, "Yo, did you write this song to get an Applebee's ad or a endorsement?" And look, artists and singers, we're putting products in songs all the time. We would love for corporations to endorse us and give us free stuff or whatever, but
well, you should do a song about Porsche.
I know exactly. Or maybe I should have done Ruth Chris. I don't know, but
I don't know. You're doing okay with that.
Yeah. But we brought the Oreo Shake back, and that's gonna be cool, dude. One time I'm gonna take my grandkid there, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? That shake is on the menu because of your old granddad. Come on, let's go.
It's cool.
So I was 100% convinced that it was a conspiracy and that you and Applebee's worked together, and they were like, "Dude, we're going to bring back the Oreo Shake. So just toss it in your song. We're going to make it organic." But you're saying that's not the case. So now that you realize the power, are you going to potentially toss in some other people? Like maybe not Porsche, but maybe, like an NFL team. I don't know.
Or Norwegian Cruise Line.
Norwegian Cruise Line.
Yeah. Or just the state of Hawaii. Like, see if they'll just let me move there. No, it's so funny. Like, it does. If you just heard the song today, first time you didn't know who I was, you would absolutely be like, "Hey, this guy had to, be in conversations with Applebee's." But y'all, I have never tried less hard on anything in my life. I mean, we literally, we had a blast writing that song. I thought, honestly, I was like, it's either going to ruin my career or take it to new levels, I guess, with that 808 drop on the word Applebee's. And, but yeah, I mean, for future, again, I've always been putting products in songs. I mean, I would love I put trucks in songs, Chevrolet Blazers thing, just dying for a company to come and be like, "Here's a free truck. Thanks for mentioning our song," but it doesn't happen, and honestly, Applebee's is genius for calling us, a couple weeks into the song and saying, "Hey, let's talk." This is dry. But and honestly, I look, I don't know anything about business, politics, all that stuff. The word CNN confuses me. But I read an article the other day, and it said that Applebee's sales was up 105% since the song.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, I need to be on the board or something,
For sure.
But
They are.
Y'all, it's freaking crazy. I mean, every single day my manager calls me and he's like, "You won't believe this, but this is what's going on with the song now. And have you seen this?" But they're checking socials and they're like, Amy Adams just did the dance on Seth Meyers, or Shaquille O'Neal. It's crazy. Every day there's something new with this song, and it blows my mind.
It is, Walker. I'll tell you, I went to an NFL game, and as you know, the Jags are not doing too well right now, and the stadium was a little low, and people were all sitting around, and they started playing Fancy Like. Everybody in that stadium stood up when the 808 dropped on. It's
amazing.
Applebee's. The whole place was singing, and the guys on the field on both teams are doing the dance on the field. That song
I love it.
It's electric. It's making people happy. And yes, I was going to tell you Applebee's sales are up over 100%, but you already know that. So maybe they're still going up.
I hope you have a lifetime supply of Applebee's coupons or something.
Yes, they should. Yeah, they need to take care of you.
I'll put it this way: if we're friends, that's what you're getting for Christmas.
I love it.
Is Applebee's gift card. But yeah, back to that NFL game. It's amazing. I mean, look, y'all. I'm just a dad, a husband, trying to feed the kids, walking around in my yard with a big old massive hit that they play at stadiums. I mean, it's the American dream right here. I mean, it's absolutely insanity what's going on.
I love
this
it.
song.
The song's great on its own. Then you add a dance to it. Then you add the story behind the song and the dance. It's a full package. Walker Hayes, Fancy Like. Should we play the version with Kesha? I love
it. I love the Kesha version. Yeah.
I'm going to play that just for you. Walker Hayes. Thank you so much for being on with us. We love your story. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for having me. Have a good day.
All right. You too. Take care.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.